Sometimes a very small distinction in the way that something is worded can have an outsized and enormous impact on its meaning. And that really proves the case when it comes to a bracha that we will recite this week and over the course of Hanukkah, the bracha of She'asa Nisim. Rambam tells us in Mishneh Torah, he discusses this bracha in two places. He discusses it in the context of Hanukkah, and he discusses it in the context of Purim. And in both cases, he presents us with the text of the bracha. However, quite notably, the bracha is slightly different in each context. In one context, the bracha is presented in its familiar form. Baruch atah Hashem Elokeinu melech haolam she'asa nisim la'avoseinu bayamim ha'hem bazman hazeh. We bless God who performed miracles for our ancestors bayamim ha'hem in those days, bazman hazeh, at this time. So it's two kind of coordinates for when this took place. It happened centuries ago bayamim ha'hem, but bazman hazeh, this time in Kislev, this time in the calendar. However, in the other place where Rambam discusses this bracha, he presents it differently. He presents it, She'asa nisim la'avoseinu, bayamim ha'hem u'bazman hazeh. Rambam adds a vav at the end, u'bazman hazeh. And that one letter transforms the meaning. And with the vav, the bracha means, She'asa nisim la'avoseinu, performed miracles for our forefathers, for our ancestors, by Yamim Ha'im in their times, Bazman Hazeh, and continues to perform miracles now as well, in our times as well. And according to this girsa, so Hanukkah is not only about, right, it indicates to us that Hanukkah is not only about a celebration of the miracle of the Pach Shemen, or the military victory over the Greeks, but it is also, we're meant to use a reflection on those miracles to spark our own thinking about and recognition and appreciation of the miracles that occur in our lives as well. And even though lehalacha we follow bazman hazeh, we don't say ubazman hazeh, nonetheless, Rav Soloveitchik felt that the correct nusach within Rambam was ubazman hazeh, right? Because obviously Rambam wasn't prescribing that we make a different bracha, one on Purim, one on Hanukkah. One of these must have been a Ta'us Sofer, somehow a scribal error that made its way into the Mishneh Torah over the centuries, and the Rav felt that the correct bracha, the one that Rambam really intended, was Ubazman Hazeh. And he points to another comment of Rambam later on in Hilchos Chanukah, which proves his point. Rambam says that we light the Chanukah licht, why? Kedei lehodia hanes, to publicize the miracle, ulehosif b'shevach hakel v'hodaya lo al hanisim she'asa lanu, and to then add praise and thanks and gratitude to God for the miracles that He has performed lanu, for us, meaning literally for us, our generation, our people, those who are present today. So the miracle of Hanukkah is really the point of departure, and lighting Hanukkah licht is an invitation to then add the other layers, right? To lehosif b'shevach hakel v'hodaya lo, right? The point is that we add on to the shevach and the hodaya that we feel for the Nes Pach Shemen and for the military victory over the Greeks. We add on to that our own experiences, the things that have happened within our lives, for which we are grateful, and that transforms the performance of this mitzvah into something that is deeply personal and is meant to be a reflective and introspective moment. I think that over the course of this year, of course, we've all kind of had our share of challenges. It's been a year in which we've all shared a lot of similar challenges, and each of us in our own ways have experienced the pandemic and have certainly been put through a difficult experience. At the same time, it's also been a year of nisim and niflos. First of all, if you have your health and your family as well, and you have a parnasa, so that's certainly, when you're lighting the Chanukah licht, something to reflect on, to be really a miracle and a blessing that you've experienced at this time. But more globally, in terms of the realignment of the Middle East, historical enemies of the Jewish state who had over time maybe thawed a little bit, become these kind of closet allies, are now warm and publicly embracing friends of the Jewish people in a way that was pretty much unimaginable to even people in the highest seats of power 6-7 years ago. That's a miracle. I think that's really worth celebrating. And of course the vaccine, right? The idea that in under 1 year a vaccine is produced which is over 90% effective and promises, God willing, in within some span of time to bring us back to a sense of normalcy. It's also the idea that cutting-edge research in the field of medicine and science has enabled us to achieve that is remarkable. And even just for those two things, to bring with us a sense of Hakar Satov and gratitude as we light our Hanukkah licht this year, I think will hopefully elevate the experience and very much fit the notion of She'asa Nisim La'avoseinu Bayamim Ahim Ubazman Hazeh. Wish everybody a Freilichen Hanukkah.